Good evening, my people. We are still pushing on with our educational bangers each and every day. The question is, what are you benefiting from this? Are you just a mere spectator, or you are benefiting from our day-to-day educational bangers? Is it for entertainment purposes? Yes, but most importantly, for educational purposes. I do appreciate those who are just appreciating our content each and every day. Those who are following each and every content I do produce, feel appreciated. For those who have subscribed, I always appreciate you before any video, because it's all because of you that I'm where I am at the moment. We have become one single family, and I hope it will continue growing bigger and bigger. Haters and lovers, encourage each other, because this will assist you, your relative, your brother and sister one day. Even if it's not today, there is a day it will be of great importance, and I'm sure of that. So let's get back to one of our very broad topics we have been discussing, and I don't think whether we have ever discussed any other longer topic than this, which is food poisoning. The reason as to why I decided to be so careful is because majority of the people have been requesting this topic, because it's one of the common diseases in our communities. So we discussed about stomach flu, gastroenteritis, and food poisoning, and today we are going to discuss how can you diagnose food poisoning. How can you tell this client is having food poisoning? The doctor may diagnose food poisoning through or based on your symptoms. Your symptoms can tell that you are having food poisoning or not. In severe cases, blood tests, get this clearly. In severe cases, blood tests, stool tests, and tests on food that you have eaten may be used to determine what is responsible for the food poisoning. The doctor may also use urine tests to evaluate whether you are dehydrated as a result of food poisoning. As we say, dehydration is one of the major complications as pertains food poisoning. So if you are severely dehydrated, the doctor may ascertain that you might be having food poisoning. Let's discuss about risk factors for food poisoning, or the factors that can predispose one to contracting food poisoning. Anyone can come down with food poisoning. Statistically speaking, nearly everyone will come down with food poisoning at least once in their lifetime. So in your lifetime, there must be one time you will go down with food poisoning. There are some populations that are more at risk than others. There are some populations more at risk to contracting food poisoning than others. And these include, number one, immunocompromised people. As I have been saying, if you are immunocompromised, that means your immune system is down. And most of these food poisoning are caused by viruses, which we always call them opportunistic infections. So if your immune system is down, obviously obviously they will get into your systems, and most of these viruses target the GIT, maybe through the food you are eating, is if it's not properly cooked, or raw and unwashed food like fruits. So the first category is the immunocompromised people. All autoimmune disease that may have, let me repeat this point, immunocompromised people, anyone with suppressed immune system or autoimmune disease may have a greater risk of infection. I hope you get that. Number 2, so if you are immunocompromised, I want to insist on this point. If you are immunocompromised, you are at a greater risk of food poisoning or this infection and complication resulting from food poisoning. The second category are the pregnant people or pregnant mothers. Pregnant people are more at risk because their bodies are coping with the changes in their metabolism and circulatory system during pregnancy. Hormonal changes may also play a part, because when you get pregnant, everything changes. Your body had no baby, right now you have a baby, so there must be so many changes, and this may risk you to getting this infection. The third category of the people who are prone to food poisoning are older adults or the elderly. Adults who are 65 years or older also face greater risk of contracting food poisoning because their immune system may not respond quickly to infections or organisms. So if you are 65 years and above, your immune system starts going down. Every disease we have discussed has been rotating around immune system. So this tells us it's very important to have a stronger immune system, as it will assist you in fighting infections. So older adults are at a greater risk of contracting food poisoning because their immune system may not respond quickly to infections and organisms. Another group that is at risk, young children. Children under 5 years old are also considered at an higher risk population because their immune system are not well developed as those of adults. Children under 5 years old are also considered an at-risk population because their immune systems are not developed as those of adults. A point to note, young children are more easily affected by dehydration from vomiting and diarrhea. Young children are more easily affected by dehydration from vomiting and diarrhea. This marks the end of our first video today about the diagnosis of food poisoning, the risk factors, and the more susceptible groups of people to contracting food poisoning. Thank you for your time, and in the next video, we will be discussing still on food poisoning. So let's keep locked and meet in the next video. Thank you.